Hello everyone and welcome back to my The General Hospital 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jason Morgan will demand Jack Brennan intel from Valentin Cassadine, while Nina Reeves warns Willow Corinthos will lose her children if she doesn't make better choices. First, Curtis Ashford will burst Kai Taylor's bubble when it comes to the kind of person Drew Quartermain is. Since Curtis wouldn't suppose Drew has any intention of following through on his pledges, he'll advise Kai about that. Meanwhile, Nina will give Willow a warning as well. Willow could be putting her guardianship chances at threat if she moves in with Drew and continues to find ways to alienate Michael Corinthos. Still, you're going to lose your children, Nina declares to Willow in Friday's GH exercise videotape, if you do this. In Portia Robinson's office, she'll prompt him to take the palm and stop obliging her for anything further. Drew will remind Portia that he's the one holding the cards since he's got dirt on her. Still, he'll feel like there's nothing she can do about it, if Drew wants to keep blackmailing Portia and making demands. At some point, Portia will have a meeting with Ava Jerome, so that'll give her a chance to vent about Drew and offer news on what's coming. In Carly Spencer's room, she'll get a visit from Lucas Jones. Lucas will obviously be concerned over Carly's poisoning Fire and will condemn Brennan for putting her in detriment's way. Still, Carly will get agitated and rush to Brennan's defense. Although Carly will argue that Valentin is the trouble rather of Brennan, Lucas will feel like Jack is just as dangerous. At the PCPD, Jason will sit down with Valentin, who'll ask what he wants. Valentin has been taken into guardianship, but Jason is still upset about Carly and the pitfall that Brennan could bring to her life. Jason advised Brennan to stay down from Carly, but he'll presumably assume his orders will be ignored. Whatever the case, Jason will seek further word and will push Valentin to unmask everything he knows about Brennan. Other General Hospital spoilers say Daniel Cosgrove will make his first appearance as a politician named Ezra Boyle in the March 21st occasion. Look for Ezra and Drew to bandy an alliance that could profit them both. Away, a surprise caller will show up to see Alexis Davis while Elizabeth Baldwin talks to Lucky Spencer about their revived love across city. Liz will get honest with Lucky and make some prognostications about the road ahead, so stay tuned for updates on where effects will go for this brace. Drew Quartermain's jest has been so out in recent months. Does Drew have a brain excrescence or another medical explanation for the major character changes he's experienced? It wouldn't be the first time a cleaner used a brain excrescence to explain why a character completely went off the rails. Still, that could pave the way for a big reveal about his condition, if Drew's jest gets indeed wilder and he maybe tries to exclude someone. Indeed, if Drew isn't suffering from a brain excrescence, he could have some other medical explanation for his conduct. Some suckers have made prognostications that perhaps Drew is dealing with a brain injury related to his beating in captivity. Of course, it's also possible there's some other health-related issue that's causing Drew to bear so out of character. G.H. Pence could have some surprising opinion in the workshop to explain Drew's minatory turn and all the unsettling moves he's made. It's no way made important sense to take Drew down such a terrible road, but everything could be explained nearly in the end. Maybe Drew's jest is out of his control if there's a medical reason behind it. That could pave the way for Drew to admit treatment and eventually get back to his old tone depending on how effects play out. There have been some dialogue hints about Drew conceivably facing a grim fate, but he's not deceased yet. That means there's time to undo all the Drew damage and put him back on a better path. The show still has a chance to redeem Drew and let him stick around, especially if he's come a total haul because of a brain issue or another medical condition that can be treated. Drew's been making tons of adversaries and bad opinions recently, so it'll be intriguing to see what the future holds for him. Some big Drew news could be in the workshop, so stay tuned for updates on all the curveballs. Valentin Cassadine is stuck between a gemstone and a hard place right now, so could he strike up a deal with Sonny Corinthos? During the Monday, March 17th occasion, the mob master caught Valentin in the middle of his home at night. Valentin returned to snare some documents and fake passports he'd hidden, as this was his old house, just as Sonny pulled out a gun to stop him. What will Valentin do to get out of this tight spot? During the Tuesday, March 18th show, Valentin will offer up some intel. Looks like he'll exchange some information for his freedom. Still, considering Valentin was behind Sonny's bipolar drug switch last summer, the Cassadine will need to give commodity solid for the revengeful mobmaster to let him go. As important as Sonny wants to see Valentin pay for what he did, there's one major piece of intel he's dying to learn further about who blew up his extension. Is Valentin privy to this information? Jack Brennan is a hard character to read. One moment, he seems like a good Joe and a master manipulator. When he first came to Port Charles in late 2023, Brennan tried to get near to Carly Spencer to get to Sonny. After he was arrested for attacking Carly and Bobby shortly after, Brennan headed to captivity. He was linked to the whole Pikeman affair at one point, until it was clear that Valentin was leading that boat. Once Brennan was released from captivity, he sounded as if he was on the up and over, that is, until Chris McKenna slipped into the part in February. The device used to blow up Sonny's extension, which caused his son Michael Corinthos to fight for his life and suffer from third-degree Becks, was a WSB design. Could Valentin have the information that could link Brennan to this crime? Also again, perhaps Brennan is linked to it, perhaps his focus has no way wavered to bringing Sonny down, indeed after his captivity release. Only time will tell as to whether or not Valentin can offer the information Sonny wants, so that he can go free. Carly Spencer finds herself in serious trouble fairly frequently on General Hospital, but her current situation may be the worst situation ever. After going to Jack Brennan's room at the Metro Court, the two of them hopped into bed for the first time and had a fantastic time. Jack also got up to take a shower, and just as Carly was going to join him, there was a knock at the door. She brought in the champagne that Jack had ordered and poured herself a glass. He joined her, and as she was beginning to drink further, Jack realized that the bottle had a fake marker. He slided the glass from Carly's hand, but it was formerly too late. Carly collapsed nearly incontinently and Jack sprung into action. He got her to General Hospital and instructed Isaiah Gannon to follow poisoning protocols while he'd the WSB lab dissect the champagne to find out exactly what she ingested. Jack also wants only those on her care platoon allowed in her room until he knows exactly what has happened to her. GH's staff is doing everything to keep Carly alive, but Isaiah makes it clear that they can't be sure that she's given the necessary treatment until they know what has poisoned her. Jack eventually gets a phone call from the WSB lab telling him that the champagne is laced with plutonium and it's one of the most deadly effects that can be ingested. Carly drank straight radiation, and if she drank enough of it also it'll kill her. However, the lasting goods are enough serious, if it doesn't kill her. Away from physical affections, Carly could face memory loss and lowered internal capacity. Carly's life is anything but smooth, and she's dealing with all feathers of family issues. Her son, Michael Corinthos, is in a German clinic after getting third-degree Becks. When Sonny Corinthos' extension blew up with him in it. She has traveled back and forth to support Michael while also being present in his children's lives while he's down. Carly doesn't know it yet, but her son, Jocelyn Jacks, has been smelled into the WSB and is presently witnessing challenging training. Sooner rather than laterally, Joss is going to need her mama, and will Carly be suitable to be there?